Okay, rant time about Medicare-For-All. After I think it was the second set of debates, the second of the second set of debates, uh, I remember I was watching John King on CNN talking about what Medicare-For-All would do in terms of the fact that people who have their own insurance through their employer would lose that insurance if Medicare-For-All came on board. And this is the same John King and the same CNN that parroted all the talking points of the Republicans over the years when they were trying to dismantle the ACA, when they were trying to get rid of Obamacare. The Republicans were saying they were going to repeal and replace. And then when CNN or The Hill or MSNBC was talking about the GOP's plans as far as ACA, they said the GOP is attempting to repeal and replace. They never had a replacement ever. They never had a replacement. Show me the replacement that they ever had built. They had never built one. Even when they're saying, "Oh, it's going to be great, trust us," they never showed us anything that was replacement, and yet they phrased it as repeal and replace, not they're trying to take your health care away. They're trying to make it so that you are uninsured, which is what repealing the ACA would do to people. It would make sure you were uninsured. That's what it would do. That was the whole point of it. They didn't actually care about replacing it. They just wanted to repeal it. Meanwhile, you've got all these talking heads talking about how people will lose their insurance. It's being replaced. It's not being lost. It's being replaced. You're covered. It's just covered differently. So to say you're losing your insurance is disingenuous at best. Look, I get great insurance because I'm a union employee. I work really hard at my job, and I chose this job because it provides great healthcare coverage for myself and my family. And I work really hard to get that because I need that certainty. I took this job because of that. And this idea, all the talking heads out there think that all the union brothers and sisters are going to get mad if we get Medicare for all. The reason we took these jobs was for the security of it. The fact that we would have that security and we would have that healthcare. Medicare for all does that. I chose this job for that reason. Everybody else in my hub chose this job. At least that was part of the reason to take this job, was the medical benefits it provides. Here's the thing, though. Everybody who worked at the Lordstown plant in Ohio, all those union workers, they picked that job likely because of the benefits, including health care. All the people who worked at Carrier in Indiana, when they closed that plant, they all picked that job, likely because of the benefits, including health insurance. Every union worker for Hostess, before that company went belly up, chose that job because of the benefits, healthcare-wise, that the union provided for them. And none of those people have that healthcare anymore because their jobs are gone. Coal miners are losing their jobs, regardless of whether or not environmental protections are rolled back. Coal is just not as effective as it used to be, and those jobs are going to go away. Lots of jobs are going to go away. There's a difference today. There's a difference today between people in 1975, let's say, that walked into Sears and said, "I'm going to work for this company. I'm going to work here every day until I retire." You walked into Sears in 1975, there was a good chance you could manage that. You could work there for 30 to 35 years, and it was going to be there. Name a company that you can walk into today and rest assured that in 30 to 35 years, you'll be able to retire there. I can't think of any. The landscape of employment in this country is so volatile. Technology keeps changing and reshaping things. Taxi drivers probably thought, "I'll just be a taxi driver for the next 30 years. Well, guess what? Uber is going to make your job a lot harder. And then Uber's just waiting until 5G shows up so that they can have autonomous vehicles. And then all those Uber drivers are now out of a job. You look at, like I said, Carrier, right? Well, outsourcing of jobs to Mexico is what cost those jobs. GM realigning what they're doing cost Lordstown, Ohio, all those jobs. They decided they weren't going to make sedans anymore, right? So the landscape of our economy changes more quickly than ever before, whether it's automation, whether it's outsourcing, whether it's anything else. No one can be certain that the job they have today will exist in 25 years. So the only certainty we can have when it comes to our health care is to have a nationalized health service. to have universal health care guaranteed as a right to every man, woman, and child in this country. We have that. That changes a lot of things. First of all, one, people who took the kind of job that I have, and I know for a fact that there's somebody who works our job, kind of, he misses a lot of it, but he works the job on purpose because it gives him insurance, but he has his own business. Most people would like to be able to, I mean, not most people, a lot of people would like to open their own business, would like to start their own business, don't, because of the risk, not just in terms of financially, but because they can't get health insurance, and if somebody in their family gets sick and they don't have coverage, they're screwed. And the costs of insurance to self-insure are so high, most people trying to start a business couldn't possibly do it. So what does Medicare-For-All do besides grant that certainty, that security that every person who tried to get a job in 1975 probably felt, because they knew they could keep their job for 30 to 35 years. And you can't anymore. You can't have that security. I don't think anybody could possibly believe that there is no way their job is going to be eliminated over the next 20 to 25 years. The landscape just is that volatile to think that that's not a possibility for you. And I mean you too. Me, you, everybody. So, that being the case, wouldn't it make sense to have that security, to know that no matter what happens in terms of your employment, that you will still have insurance, that it's not tied to employment that may go away, that it will always be there for you. You're able to make better choices, make harder decisions. It's great to have that security, you know? And so when we say, oh, you're going to lose your insurance, no, you're not. The insurance that you fought for to get your hands on, that you as union brothers and sisters worked your tail off to get, you didn't get that because it was great. You got it because it provided security and assurance that you would be able to continue to live your life and not worry about a disease killing you or rendering you completely bankrupt, losing your home. That's what this does. It provides that security for everybody. And in the volatile world that we live in, where jobs are not assured at all, that's an important thing for everybody. And so you say to me, would you be willing to lose your insurance in order to get Medicare for All? My answer is, I'm not losing it, I'm replacing it. And I would do it every day of the week and twice on Sunday. And it bothers me, like I said before, to listen to them say, you're losing your insurance. You know, you don't go to a doctor because your knee hurts and he says, unfortunately, you're going to lose your knee. You're like, I'm losing my knee. He's like, yeah, I'm sorry. It's got to go. Like, oh my God, what am I going to do without a knee? Well, we're going to give you an artificial implant. But wait, that's not losing my knee. That's knee replacement surgery. Yeah, well, but the knee that you've had, you're losing it. Like, yeah, but I'm going to still have a knee, right? And it might hurt for a minute, but it's going to be with me for a long time, and I'm not going to have to worry about it deteriorating the way my old knee might have gone out. Yes, but I mean, unfortunately, it's how we have to phrase it that you're losing your knee. Like, no one does that. 0 people. You're not losing your insurance. The way in which you are covered is changing. That's it. It's that simple. People need to recognize that the security, that you don't have to worry that your plant might close, that it might get outsourced to another country, that your company might go under. None of those things are a concern for you if you have Medicare for All in terms of your health coverage. I mean, when we say unemployment is low, but what's that unemployment? What's the employment that people have really like? Are these jobs that they can sit in for years and years and years and accrue seniority? That's a relic of the past. That just doesn't happen the same way it used to. There might be some people for whom that will be true, but it's not at the same level it used to be. Anybody who worked hard and kept at it could have believed, reasonably so, that they could keep their job for 30 years as long as they poured their heart into it. There is no loyalty in corporate America. So putting your health care in the hands of corporate America makes a hell of a lot less sense than putting it in the hands of every other American and voting for Medicare for All. As a union man with the union insurance, I want Medicare for All, not just for me, for my family, my extended family, my friends, and everyone else. Thank you.